Welcome to this video on business lessons from ancient Japan. In this video, we will explore the valuable business practices and principles that have been passed down from Japan's ancient times and how they can be applied in modern-day businesses. Japan has a rich cultural history that spans over thousands of years. Its ancient traditions and practices have greatly influenced not only its society and culture but also its business practices. The Japanese have always placed great importance on discipline, hard work, and continuous improvement. These values have been integral in shaping the country's business practices and have made Japanese companies some of the most successful and innovative in the world. Learning from ancient Japan's business practices is vital for modern businesses to improve their operations and compete in a rapidly evolving global marketplace. This is because Japan's business practices are founded on principles that have proven to be effective and sustainable over time. By incorporating these principles into their own operations, businesses can achieve a competitive advantage and improve their overall performance. In this video, we will explore some of the key business practices that have been passed down from ancient Japan. These practices include Kaizen, Omotenashi, Monozukuri, Ishin Denshin, and Nemawashi. We will examine how each of these practices is applied in businesses and provide examples of companies that have successfully implemented them. So, if you're interested in learning about how ancient Japan's business practices can help improve your business, stay tuned and let's dive in. Kaizen, continuous improvement. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy that has been applied in the business world since the 1950s. The word Kaizen comes from the Japanese words kai, which means change, and zen, which means for the better. Together, they mean continuous improvement or making small changes for the better. Kaizen is a fundamental principle that can help organizations to improve their operations, increase productivity, reduce costs, and enhance customer satisfaction. The philosophy involves a structured approach to making incremental improvements in all aspects of the organization, from production processes to employee development and customer service. The Kaizen philosophy is based on the idea that every process can be improved, no matter how good it is. This means that there is always room for improvement, and small changes made regularly can lead to significant improvements over time. Kaizen is a continuous process that requires everyone in the organization to be involved, from the CEO to the shop floor worker. One of the key benefits of Kaizen is that it encourages a culture of continuous improvement. This means that employees are empowered to make suggestions for improvement, and management is receptive to these ideas. By involving everyone in the improvement process, organizations can tap into the collective knowledge and expertise of their employees. The Kaizen philosophy also emphasizes the importance of standardization. This means that processes should be standardized, and everyone should follow the same procedures. Standardization makes it easier to identify problems, and it also ensures that improvements are sustained over time. To implement Kaizen, organizations need to follow a structured approach that involves several steps. The first step is to identify the areas that need improvement. This can be done through observation, data analysis, or feedback from customers or employees. Once the areas for improvement have been identified, the next step is to develop an improvement plan. The plan should outline the steps that need to be taken to implement the improvements, as well as the expected outcomes. The third step is to implement the improvements. This involves making small changes to the process, testing the changes, and then making further adjustments as necessary. The final step is to sustain the improvements. This means that the new process should be standardized, and everyone should be trained to follow the new procedures. Regular monitoring and feedback can help to ensure that the improvements are sustained over time. One of the most famous examples of Kaizen is Toyota's production system. Toyota's approach to continuous improvement has helped it to become one of the most successful car manufacturers in the world. Toyota's production system involves empowering employees to make suggestions for improvement, and then implementing these suggestions quickly and efficiently. Another example of Kaizen in action is the implementation of lean manufacturing principles. Lean manufacturing is based on the idea of continuous improvement and focuses on eliminating waste from the production process. By eliminating waste, organizations can reduce costs, increase productivity, and enhance customer satisfaction. Omotenashi, exceptional customer service. Omotenashi is a Japanese term that refers to exceptional customer service. It is a fundamental aspect of Japanese culture, which emphasizes respect, hospitality, and personalized service. The term is derived from the words omot, which means public face, and nashi, which means nothing, suggesting that the service is provided without any expectation of reward or recognition. Omotenashi is deeply ingrained in Japanese society and is an essential part of their daily lives. From the way they greet their customers to the way they serve their food, Japanese people always strive to make their customers feel welcome and appreciated. This philosophy of exceptional customer service has been adopted by many businesses worldwide, and it has become a standard for service excellence. In the world of business, omotenashi is about going above and beyond to exceed customer expectations. It is not just about providing good customer service, but also about creating a memorable experience for the customer. By doing so, businesses can increase customer loyalty, generate positive word of mouth, and ultimately, drive revenue growth. Some key aspects of omotenashi that businesses can adopt to improve their customer service. 1. Respectful greetings. In Japan, customers are greeted with a bow and a warm welcome. This shows that the customer is valued and appreciated. Businesses can adopt this practice by ensuring that their employees greet customers with a smile and a friendly demeanor. 2. Personalized service. Omotenashi is all about understanding the needs of the customer and providing a personalized service. This means taking the time to listen to the customer and offering a solution that meets their specific needs. For example, a restaurant may offer a vegetarian menu to cater to customers with dietary restrictions. 3. Anticipating needs. Another aspect of omotenashi is anticipating the needs of the customer before they even ask. For example, a hotel may provide an extra pillow in the room without the customer having to ask for it. 4. Attention to detail. Omotenashi is all about paying attention to the small details that can make a big difference. This could be something as simple as providing a hot towel to customers in a restaurant to refresh their hands before a meal. 5. Follow-up. Finally, omotenashi involves following up with the customer after their experience to ensure that they are satisfied. This could be a simple email or a phone call thanking them for their patronage and asking for feedback. Monozukuri, craftsmanship. Monozukuri is a Japanese term that refers to the art of craftsmanship. It is a combination of two words, mono, which means product or thing, and zukuri, which means making. In essence, it is the art of making things, and it embodies the idea that creating something of high quality is not just about the end product but also the process of making it. Monozukuri emphasizes the importance of attention to detail, the pursuit of excellence, and the continuous improvement of one's craft. The concept of monozukuri has its roots in ancient Japanese culture, where craftsmanship was highly valued, and artisans were respected for their skills and dedication to their craft. This value system is deeply ingrained in Japanese society and has influenced the country's manufacturing industry. In modern-day Japan, monozukuri is still highly regarded, and it is considered a key factor in the country's economic success. Monozukuri is not limited to manufacturing but can be applied to any industry that values craftsmanship. The key principles of monozukuri can be summarized as follows. Attention to detail. Monozukuri emphasizes the importance of paying attention to the smallest details in the production process. This attention to detail is evident in the quality of Japanese products, where every aspect of the product is carefully considered, from its design to its packaging. Pursuit of excellence. Monozukuri encourages the pursuit of excellence in craftsmanship. It is not just about creating a good product but about creating the best product possible. This pursuit of excellence is seen in the dedication of Japanese craftsmen to their craft and their willingness to constantly improve their skills. Continuous improvement. Monozukuri emphasizes the importance of continuous improvement. It is not enough to create a good product once. The goal is to continuously improve the product in the production process. This idea is reflected in the Japanese concept of kaizen, which emphasizes continuous improvement. The principles of monozukuri have influenced the manufacturing industry in Japan, and many Japanese companies have incorporated these principles into their production processes. Japanese companies are known for their high-quality products, attention to detail, and dedication to continuous improvement. One example of a company that has successfully incorporated monozukuri principles into its production process is Toyota. Toyota's production system, also known as the Toyota Production System, TPS, is based on the principles of monozukuri. TPS emphasizes the importance of continuous improvement, waste reduction, and just-in-time production. This system has been highly successful and has been adopted by many companies around the world. Ishin Denshin, non-verbal communication. Ishin Denshin is a Japanese concept that refers to the communication that occurs through non-verbal means, such as body language, gestures, and facial expressions. It is a vital aspect of Japanese culture and is often used to convey complex emotions and ideas that may be difficult to express through words alone. In a business context, Ishin Denshin plays an essential role in building relationships, facilitating teamwork, and conveying respect and trust. The concept of Ishin Denshin has its roots in traditional Japanese culture, where it is considered an essential element of communication. In Japan, communication is often viewed as a subtle and nuanced process that requires a high degree of sensitivity to non-verbal cues. For instance, Japanese people tend to use indirect language and gestures that convey politeness and respect. In this way, Ishin Denshin is used to build relationships, express gratitude, and convey empathy. In a business context, Ishin Denshin can play a crucial role in building rapport with clients and colleagues. By using non-verbal cues, such as eye contact and body language, business professionals can convey trust, respect, and a sense of shared purpose. For example, a Japanese salesperson may use Ishin Denshin to convey to a potential client that they understand their needs and have their best interests at heart. Similarly, team members may use Ishin Denshin to signal agreement or disagreement with a proposal without explicitly stating their opinion. Nonverbal communication can often convey more information than words alone. In fact, research suggests that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal, with only 7% conveyed through words. In a business context, this means that nonverbal cues can significantly impact how others perceive you and your message. For instance, if you are giving a presentation, your body language and tone of voice can convey confidence, enthusiasm, and professionalism, which can make your message more persuasive. In addition, nonverbal communication can help to bridge cultural differences and facilitate understanding between individuals from different backgrounds. For example, by paying attention to nonverbal cues, a business professional can pick up on subtle nuances in communication that may be lost in translation. This can be especially important in international business, where cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings and communication breakdowns. Implementing Ishin Denshin in a business context requires a high degree of sensitivity to nonverbal cues and an awareness of the cultural context in which you are operating. It may involve training in nonverbal communication and cross-cultural communication, as well as a willingness to adapt to different communication styles. One way to start implementing Ishin Denshin in business is to pay attention to your own nonverbal cues and how they may be perceived by others. For example, you may try to make eye contact, smile, and use open body language to convey warmth and openness. You may also practice active listening, which involves paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues in a conversation. In addition, it can be helpful to study the nonverbal cues used in different cultures and how they may be interpreted. For instance, in some cultures, direct eye contact may be seen as a sign of respect and engagement, while in others, it may be perceived as aggressive or confrontational. Nemawashi. Consensus building. Nemawashi is a Japanese term that refers to the practice of building consensus through informal discussion and collaboration among stakeholders. The concept of nemawashi is deeply rooted in Japanese culture and has been used for centuries in various fields such as politics, education, and business. In the context of business, nemawashi is a crucial process for making important decisions and ensuring everyone involved is on board before moving forward. The meaning of nemawashi. The word nemawashi is derived from two Japanese words, ne, meaning roots, and mawasu, meaning to go around. The term literally means to dig around the roots, and is used metaphorically to describe the process of laying the groundwork before planting a seed. In the context of business, nemawashi refers to the process of gaining consensus among stakeholders before making a decision or implementing a change. The process of nemawashi involves several steps that must be followed to ensure effective consensus building. The following are the typical steps involved in nemawashi. Identify the issue. The first step is to identify the issue that needs to be addressed. This could be a new project, a change in strategy, or any other important decision that requires consensus. Gather information. Once the issue is identified, it's important to gather all the relevant information and data. This includes feedback from stakeholders, market research, financial analysis, and any other relevant information. Formulate a proposal. Based on the information gathered, a proposal is formulated that outlines the issue, its impact, and the proposed solution. Informal discussion. The proposal is then presented to stakeholders for informal discussion. This is where the groundwork is laid, and stakeholders are given the opportunity to provide feedback, share concerns, and offer suggestions. Refine the proposal. Based on the feedback received, the proposal is refined, and adjustments are made to address any concerns or issues raised by stakeholders. Formal decision-making. Once the proposal has been refined, it's presented to stakeholders for formal decision-making. At this stage, all stakeholders should be in agreement, and the proposal can be implemented. Nemawashi has several benefits for businesses that implement it effectively. Some of the key benefits include better decision-making. By involving all stakeholders in the decision-making process, Nemawashi ensures that all perspectives are considered before making a decision. This results in better decision-making and a higher likelihood of success. Improved communication. Nemawashi fosters open communication and encourages stakeholders to express their concerns and ideas. This results in improved communication and a better understanding of each other's perspectives. Increased buy-in. By involving stakeholders in the decision-making process, Nemawashi ensures that everyone is on board and committed to the proposed solution. This results in increased buy-in and a higher likelihood of successful implementation. Reduced risk. By addressing concerns and issues early on in the process, Nemawashi helps to reduce risk and avoid potential problems down the line. Implementing Nemawashi in your business requires a culture of collaboration and open communication. The following are some tips for implementing Nemawashi effectively. Create a culture of openness and collaboration. Encourage open communication and collaboration among your team. Foster an environment where all ideas and perspectives are welcome. Involve stakeholders early on. Involve stakeholders early on in the decision-making process. This ensures that all perspectives are considered, and concerns are addressed before a decision is made. Encourage feedback. Encourage stakeholders to provide feedback and suggestions throughout the Nemawashi process. This helps to refine the proposal and ensure everyone is on board. Be open to compromise. Nemawashi involves compromise and finding common ground. Be open to making adjustments and finding solutions that work for everyone. Maintain transparency. Throughout the Nemawashi process, it's important to maintain transparency and keep stakeholders informed. This helps to build trust and ensure everyone is on the same page. Nemawashi is used by many successful companies around the world. One example is Toyota, which has a strong culture of Nemawashi in its decision-making process. Before implementing any changes, Toyota ensures that all stakeholders are involved in the decision-making process and are in agreement before moving forward. Another example is the Japanese retail giant, 7&i Holdings, which also uses Nemawashi in its decision-making process. Before making any major decisions, 7&i Holdings engages in extensive discussions with its employees, customers, and other stakeholders to ensure that all perspectives are considered. In conclusion, the business lessons from ancient Japan, particularly Nemawashi, can provide valuable insights and strategies for modern businesses. The concept of Nemawashi emphasizes the importance of consensus building through collaboration, open communication, and compromise. By involving all stakeholders in the decision-making process, businesses can make better decisions, improve communication, increase buy-in, and reduce risk. Implementing Nemawashi in your business requires a culture of openness and collaboration, as well as a willingness to compromise and find common ground. However, the benefits are well worth the effort. Companies like Toyota and 7&i Holdings have successfully implemented Nemawashi in their decision-making process, resulting in better outcomes and increased success. As investors, understanding the business lessons from ancient Japan can help us make more informed investment decisions. By considering a company's decision-making process and culture, we can better evaluate its potential for success and make more strategic investments. Thank you for watching this video on business lessons from ancient Japan. If you found this information helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel, Capital Investments, for more valuable insights and strategies for successful investing.